Hello everyone. Today we are going to do packet server CCNA2 version 7, 6.4.1. Packet server implement EtherChannel. Objectives: Part 1, build the network. Part 2, configure EtherChannel. Background: you have been assigned the task of designing an EtherChannel implementation for a company that wants to improve the performance of their switch trunk links. You will try several different ways of implementing the EtherChannel links in order to evaluate which is the best for the company. You will build the topology, configure trunk ports, and implement LACP and PACP EtherChannel. So you'll build the topology. So look at left, there's no any topology yet. So that's what we need to do to build a topology. Instruction Part 1, build the network. Use the table below to build the switch topology. Yeah, the topology we're going to build is a switch topology. Step 1, obtain the devices that are required, because we need devices to build the topology. So click Network Devices, Switches, 2960 switch. Here 2960 switch is a layer 2 switch. And 3 2960 switch in the topology. So we need three 2960 switches in the topology. Okay, let's go to create to build topology. Network device, click and click switch, and 2960 switch is here. And we need 3 of this type of switch, 3 2960 switch. So click, okay, here, switch 1, click, switch 2, click, switch 3. Okay, we finish first part, the first step. Step 2 is name the devices. So the devices have default names. Yeah, these are default names. And the name, the device you need to change SWE, SWB, SWC. The display names must match. The name here under the switch icon, switch 0, switch 1, switch 2 are display name, not host name. It's a display name. We need to change the display name to be SWA, SWB, SWC. Okay, let's go to change display name. WA. WB. WC. Okay, we changed the display name. Next step is connected devices. We need a cable to connect these 3 switches. All right, so click the orange lightning bolt connection icon. This is the orange lightning bolt connection icon. Click it. There's different type of cables. And the cable we need is Ethernet straight through cable. It is also called the copper straight through cable. It looks like a solid black diagonal lines. Okay. And also we need to use the information from this table to do the connection. We're going to create 3 port channels. And the devices is from SWA to B, A to C, B to C, and port connections. These ports are the physical ports. We use these physical ports to create the port channel. Port channels are the logical ports, and type is the protocol we're going to use to do the configuration. Okay, now let's go to do the physical connection. So from A to B, we use physical ports G01, 02 to create port channel 1 using protocol PACP. Okay, so G01 to G01. Click G02 to G02. Okay, here. And this is port channel 1. Port channel 1. Oh, no. Channel 1. And PAC-P protocol. Port channel 2 is from A to C. A to C. Physical ports are F021, 22. Okay, click. 21, 21, click. F022, F022. Okay, and this is port channel 2. Port channel 2 and LACP protocol. Okay. Port channel 3 is between B and C. Physical ports F023, 24. 23, 23, click. 24, 24. Okay. And this is port channel 3 LACP protocol. Okay, go here. Okay, physically we connect. So next part is to do the configuration. Configure. Part 2, configure EtherChannel on each switch. Configure the ports that will be used in the port channel as a static trunk port. So on the switches, all these physical ports that will be used in the port channel need to be configured as a static trunk port. And look at the topology is each switch will have 4 physical ports be used to create port channel. So all these 4 ports, physical ports, will be configured as a static trunk port. Okay, let's go to SWA. Enable. Here, this is the host name. Host name is a switch. This SWA is display name. In this activity, we are not required to change the host name. But for the best practice, it's better to change the host name the same as the display name. So let's go to change host name, configure terminal, host name, SWA. Yeah, you see, the host name changed to SWA, same as the display name. So next is the interface range. Interface range. 4 interfaces, physical ports will be configured as static trunk ports. Okay, switch A is G01, G02, and F021, 22. So these 4 physical ports, G01, 2, F021, 22. Okay. For the static trunk ports, we use command switch port mode trunk. Good. We finish SWA. SWB, yeah, there are still 4 physical ports. But first, we still need to change host name. It is not required, but for the best practice, it's better to change the host name the same as the display name. So configure terminal, host name, SWB. Then interface range, interface range. Here on SB, SWB is G01, G02, and F023, 24. Okay, G01, 2, F023, 24. Okay. and switch port mode trunk. Good. And SWC. Still change host name, configure terminal, host name, SWC. Okay, so interface range. SWC, the physical ports is F0, 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay, these 4 ports, F0, 21, 24. Switch port mode trunk. Okay, we finished this part. The next 3 steps are to configure the Ether channel. Okay, follow the procedure that was used in previous activities to configure port channel 1 as PAC-P Ether channel between SWA and SWB. SWA, WB. Okay, PAC-P. Okay, both sides should negotiate the Ether channel. That means both sides should actively negotiate the Ether channel. Under the PAC-P, we use desirable mode to actively negotiate Ether channel. So both sides should be desirable. Okay. Okay. And port channel 2 is here. Port channel 2 between A and C. Both sides should negotiate the Ether channel. So both sides should actively negotiate Ether channel. Under LACP protocol, we use active mode to actively negotiate Ether channel. So both sides should be active. Okay, good. And port channel 3 is here. SWC initiates negotiation with B. Initiate negotiation with B, that means SWC will start up the communication first. So SWC will actively negotiate. So should it be active? And B does not initiate negotiation. So, and SWB will be passively wait and respond the initial communication coming from SWC. So SWB should be passive, SWC should be active. Active, this should be passive. Okay. Active usually the startup communication first. Passive is not startup communication first. It is only the wait to respond to the initial communication. Okay, let's go to do the configuration. Follow the procedure that was used in previous activity to configure port channel. What is the procedure? Do you still remember the procedure to configure port channel? Here, the procedure includes 5 steps. The first is to configure the physical ports as a static trunk ports, which we did it already here. So second is to turn off the physical ports. Third is to configure the logical ports. It is also called port channel interface. The fourth is to turn on the physical ports. Again, the fifth is to configure the logical ports as a trunk ports or as a static trunk ports. So these 5 steps, okay, we just review this procedure, these 5 steps to configure port channel. Let's go through all these 5 steps on each switch to configure the port channel. SWA. Because the first step we finished already, configure the physical ports as a static trunk port. So we start from the second step, is turn off the physical ports. Okay, the port channel 1. Port channel 1 is between switch A and switch B. Okay. We use desirable. Okay. So interface first is interface G01 and G02 interface range. Interface range G01-2. And the second step is shut down the physical ports, shut down. Then configure the logical ports. We use command channel group 1 mode. Mode is desirable. Okay, because PAC-P and here desirable. Okay, after the logical ports is configured, we turn on the physical ports again, so no shutdown. This is the fourth step. The fifth one is configure the logic ports as trunk ports. So interface followed by the logical ports, which is called port channel 1. Okay, switch port mode trunk. Good, we finished. Not finished, we need to finish it on the SWA side. Okay, let's go to SWB, configure the port channel 1. Okay, interface range G01-2. Shut down physical ports, configure logic ports, group 1, mode, desirable, and turn on physical ports, no shutdown. Good. Then configure logical ports as a trunk ports. So interface followed by the logical ports, which is called port channel 1. And switch port mode trunk. Okay, we finished port channel 1. Okay. Then we go to port channel 2 configuration. So between switch A and switch C. This time, let's do the same thing, but different physical ports. Okay, so interface range. This time, the interface range port channel 2 is F02122. Okay, F02122. And the shutdown physical ports, configure logic ports, channel group 2. This time is 2. Mode is active. Then turn on the physical ports. Then configure the physical logical ports as trunk. So interface followed by the logic ports, which is called port Port channel 2. Oh no. Yes. Switch port mode trunk. Yeah. Yeah. We finished that. Hey, hold on. Let me check. Yes. And the C, do the same thing. Interface range F0, 21, 22. Shut down physical ports. Configure logical ports. Channel group 2 mode. No, sorry. Mode is active. Mode active. Then configure the logical ports as trunk. So interface followed by the logical ports, which is called port channel 2. And switch port mode trunk. Okay. So port channel 2 finished. And let's configure the port channel 3 between SWB and SWC. Oh, one thing. I forget to turn on the physical ports. So that's why, because that's why the lights, the interface lights are red. So interface range F0, 21, 22. No shutdown. Yes. Okay, let's do 3. Let's start from B. Okay, good. Okay, interface range. This time, port channel 3. Physical ports are 23, 24. Okay, range F0, 23, 24. Then shut down physical ports, shut down. Then configure logic ports, channel group 3. Oh, sorry. Channel group 3 mode is passive. SWB is passive. Okay. So turn on the physical ports, no shutdown. Then configure the logical ports as trunk ports. So interface followed by the logical ports, which is called port channel 3. Switch port mode trunk. Switch port mode trunk. Okay, good. And let's go to SWC. Interface range F0, 23, 24. Shut down physical ports. Shut down. Then configure logic ports. Channel group 3, mode, SWC is active. Okay. Then turn on the physical ports, no shutdown. Then configure logical ports as trunk. So interface followed by the logical ports, which is called a port, channel 3. And the switch, port mode, trunk. That's perfect. Okay. Okay, here the completion status is 100%. That means we perfectly configure this packet tracer. All right. So do we need to do some verification? Okay, let's do some verification. Okay, so show run. So channel 1, channel 2, the trunk. Yeah, physical ports. G01, 21, trunk active. 22, trunk active, correct. G01, trunk desirable, correct. G02, trunk desirable is correct. That's correct. Show EtherChannel summary. Okay, on SWE, there are 2 groups, port channel 1, port channel 2. Both are SU. SU is layer 2 in use. It's perfect here, configuration. And SWB. Okay, should run. On SB, on switch B is port channel 1, the 3, both are trunk, that's correct. Physical part is 23, passive trunk, 24, passive trunk, good. G01, G02 trunk, desirable, good, yes. And show Ether channel summary. Yeah, on switch B, there are 2 Ether channel 1 and 3, good. Both are SU, perfect. SWC, show run. On switch C, there are 2 port channel 2 trunk, port channel 3 trunk, good. And the 21, 22, both active trunk, 23, 24, active trunk, so correct. Okay, and show EtherChannel summary. Okay, 2 channel 3 and 2 and 3, both are SU, successful. Good. Okay, so we successfully configured this packet tracer implement EtherChannel. So thank you for watching my video. If you like my video, please thumbs up and share with your friends and subscribe my channel. See you next time.